Hey everyone, today we're going to dive into some of the most common and, let's be honest, most costly personal finance mistakes out there. My goal here is simple. By the end of this, you're going to have the tools you need for some real financial clarity. So let's just jump right in. You know that feeling, that little pit in your stomach when you look at your bank account? Or that moment you ask yourself, wait, where did all my money go? If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. It's a super common feeling, but I promise you there is a much better way to do this. So, here's the game plan. We're going to walk through the three biggest pitfalls: flying blind with no plan, getting stuck in that high-interest debt trap, and kind of forgetting about your future self. Then, we'll pull it all together so you can build your very own financial compass. Okay, so first things first, let's reframe how we even think about all this. Managing money? It's not some impossible problem to solve. Think of it more like a maze. Yeah, it can look super confusing from the outside, but once you get the layout and have a map in your hand, well, finding your way through becomes a whole lot easier. And listen, feeling lost is totally normal, seriously. The great news, though, you absolutely do not need a finance degree to sort this out. A couple of key changes, just small, consistent habits, can make all the difference. They can take your financial picture from kind of foggy and uncertain to totally crystal clear. All right, let's dig into the first big mistake: trying to handle your money without a budget. I actually prefer to call it a spending plan. It sounds less restrictive, right? But honestly, not having one is like trying to fly a plane with no instruments and no map. You might stay airborne for a bit, but you have absolutely no clue where you're headed. Sound familiar to anyone? I mean, this is the classic symptom of not having a plan. It's that super frustrating feeling where you work so hard, you get paid, and then poof, the money just seems to evaporate, and you're left at the end of the month with almost nothing to show for it. And here's the thing I really want you to get. A budget is not about restriction. It's about knowledge. It's about control. Because when you don't know where your money is going, you have zero power to tell it where you want it to go. You end up being just a passenger in your own financial life, instead of the pilot. So, how do we fix this? It's actually a pretty simple three-step plan. First step, for just 1 month, track everything. Every coffee, every subscription. Don't judge yourself, just track it. See where the money is actually going. Step 2, categorize it all. Group your spending into 3 simple buckets: needs, wants, and savings. And finally, step 3, make a plan for next month. Before the month even starts, you give every single dollar a job. This is the core of what's often called a zero-based budget. And again, it's not about saying no to everything. It's about being intentional with your money. Okay, on to mistake number 2, and this is a big one: the high-interest debt trap. This is where your money literally starts working against you. It feels like you're stuck on a treadmill that's just permanently tilted uphill, and you're running as fast as you can but getting nowhere. So what are we really talking about here? High-interest debt. Think credit cards, payday loans, that kind of thing. The interest rates are just brutal. They're so high that a massive chunk of your payment every month is just feeding the interest. It's not even touching the actual amount you owe. It's why it can feel like you're paying and paying and paying, but that balance just doesn't seem to budge. Now, it's really important to note that not all debt is the same. It's not all bad. Some debt, like a mortgage, can actually be a tool to help you build wealth, because you're buying an asset that hopefully grows in value. But this other kind, this bad debt, it's usually tied to things that lose value. And those punishing interest rates are actively, day by day, draining your wealth. Okay, so what's the battle plan? There's a really effective strategy called the debt avalanche. Here's how it works. You list out all your debts, but you order them from the highest interest rate down to the lowest. Then you keep making the minimum payments on all of them, of course, but every single extra dollar you can find, you throw it like a laser beam at that top debt, the one with the highest interest rate. Once that one's gone, bam, you take all the money you were paying on it and you roll it into attacking the next one on the list. It is, mathematically, the fastest way to get out of debt and save the most money possible on interest. And that brings us to our third and final mistake. This one's a little more subtle, but honestly, it might be the most impactful one over the long run. And that is ignoring your future self. It's so easy to get caught up in today, in the right now, but your future, the 65-year-old you, is counting on the decisions you make today. Here's the trap so many of us fall into. We think, oh, I'll start saving when I get that raise, or when I make more money. But the single most powerful tool you have for building wealth is not a giant salary, it's time. And why is that? It's because of the absolute magic of compound interest. It's this incredible process where your money starts making money, and then that money starts making its own money. I mean, just look at these numbers. It's wild. If you start investing just $200 a month at age 25, that could grow to over $620,000 by the time you're 65. But look what happens if you wait just 10 years. You start at 35, same $200 a month, and you end up with only $250,000. That 10-year delay, it costs you over $350,000. That's the power of time. It is your financial superpower.
So, how do you make sure you're using this superpower? It's a simple but powerful idea. Pay yourself first. You need to shift your mindset. Your savings is not what's left over at the end of the month. It's the single most important bill you have to pay. Before rent, before groceries, before anything else. You set it up so that money automatically moves from your paycheck straight into your savings or investment account. You make your future a non-negotiable.
Okay, so we've talked about getting a map for your money, how to avoid the dangerous debt traps, and why the long-term journey is so important. Now, let's pull it all together into what I like to call your financial compass, a simple set of rules that can guide all your decisions from here on out. So, here are the key takeaways for you, your North Star, if you will. Number 1, build a roadmap. A simple budget puts you in the driver's seat. Number 2, escape the trap. Get aggressive and prioritize paying off that high-interest debt. Number 3, fund your future. Pay yourself first, always, and let time do the heavy lifting for you. And maybe the most important rule of all, number 4, be consistent. It's the small, regular habits that create absolutely massive results down the road. And just remember this, financial success isn't about some big, flashy win. It's not about winning the lottery or picking that one perfect stock. It's all about getting the big habits right. It's about developing a few simple, powerful routines and just sticking with them. It's a process, not a one-time event. So please don't get overwhelmed and try to fix everything all at once. Just ask yourself this one simple question. What is the first small step you're going to take today to start building that better financial future you absolutely deserve?